Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Omar from the Bullish Bears team. It is April 10th, 2017, about 8 p.m. in the evening, and I wanted to make a video building my watch list for tomorrow. I missed the market open today because I was working. And I had one play today, which was on my watch list. I actually caught it right when it was panicking, which was, let me pull it up here, which is, I don't see it here. Oh, Graham. Graham. So I'll talk about Graham today. Let me pull it up real quick before we go in. So ironically, yesterday I posted a video to the group about Tim Sykes has a student who made turned 27,000 into close to $1 million, and he was talking about three setups that he only plays those three setups. Right, one of them was a dip buy on a morning panic, and that's what happened today with Graham, because this is what happens. This is why I love shorting. All right, this is why I think everybody should short. This is the $5 5 minute chart, right? And look where it was 5 days ago. It was 311. Well, it continuously gapped up every day all the way till today. Till Friday, it actually peaked at 465. So what happened when the market opened today? It collapsed because people took profit. That's what I like to do. I like to look for stocks like these that are overextended, looking for an opportunity to short at the market open, because you can size in really quickly and you can make a lot of money in a few minutes and just call it a day, to be quite honest with you. And what happened was, this is the market open. So the market opens at 9:30, and here's the stock, and it's choppy, right? You're not really sure what to do. This is the 5 minute chart. This is the 1 minute chart, and you're watching it. Now you see how it's consolidating like this. Whenever you see a stock open and consolidates like this, that means it's gonna either break down or break up. But usually it means it's gonna break down. And what you do is, if you see it consolidating like this, you just actually draw a trend line sideways as it's in the direction that it's going in. And what you would see here is, look what happens. The MACD begins to curl. The TTM squeeze is developing some I'm sorry, so it's squeezing here, right? You see that there's a lot of selling pressure coming in, and it just completely collapses. All right, so you could have took this down for short. It's below the 9 and 20 EMA. All right, and it just completely goes down. You see how the MACD, once it curled, right, the green is below the red, which means that it's going to sell. And on the 5 minute chart, it was very clear. Look, right here is where you see the MACD curl, and you see the TTM squeeze. I'm sorry, the MACD selling pressure as well as the TTM squeeze here. You got a lot of selling pressure here. So what happened was, I just coincidentally just like logged in right when it was about here. It popped up on my dip buy scan, and as well it was on my regular watch list, and they were both red. The bars were red. So I just looked at the chart, and when I looked at the chart, I'm like, well, I'm gonna wait to see if this finds its support level, because once it finds a support level, it should be good for a quick bounce. Now you don't know how much a stock is gonna bounce when you do the dip buy, but you usually get 10 cents or more. And the stock actually found its support here at around 350, and which is a psychological resistance barrier to whole number. So once I saw it found its support here, and I see the MACD starting to curl, and it's very, very oversold, and you see the actual TTM squeeze starting to change, I was like, wow. So this is the reversal, and I got in. I got in right within this candle, and I got in, and it kind of came up and down, and I got filled at, I think, 353, and I just literally just watched it ride all the way back up. If you look at it, there wasn't a lot of volume, but it just slowly grinded its way all the way back up. And I'm looking to see at least where it touches the 9 EMA, to see, okay, and that's at 375 at that point, to say, oh, maybe it bounces and continues downward, but it didn't. It broke above it, and I just held strong, and I just rode this. I still it went all the way back up to about 317, I think, at its top, and then it kind of came back. I'm still holding the trade. I didn't actually, because and you see VWAP is here, and you see how it bounced off VWAP. I actually walked away from my desk, and I just forgot to close my position, but I'm still in, and I'm gonna make some good profit on this. I got in about 3,500 shares, so I'm gonna do all right when I close. I'll probably close at the open, but this thing could continue on. I'm not sure if it is. I mean, if I pull up, I actually got my my swing trade setup. Actually, I put it in Thinkorswim now. So I'll look at the yearly, and if we look at the yearly, look at it. It's it's about to it hasn't crossed yet. The MACD on the yearly, it's pulled back like it was supposed to today, but the TTM squeeze is strong. You have the MACD here still up, and it's heading for a golden cross. So the potential is there for it to continue to go up. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but I'm definitely gonna close my position tomorrow. All right, so let me just put back my study, my day trade study. Yeah, so that was my play. All right, dip buys present great opportunities because you got to think of stocks as a rubber band. When it swings too much one way or the other, you're gonna get a bounce in either direction. All right, so that was my play for today. There was some good plays for today. There was some people had some good quality setups and made some good trades today. I didn't, like I said, I missed out most of the day. I'm just in that one position. I'm swinging it overnight. But let's do our scan for tomorrow. So I don't have a lot of time, so I'm gonna make this quick. So again, we're looking for stocks between 20 cents and $30. That up 500,000 shares or more, up 5%. I hit scan, and we got 86 plays. So the market was hot today. All right. So we're gonna run through this real quickly. So I'm gonna go to charts. And we're gonna run through these very, very quickly. Let's move this down just a little bit. And we'll see what the highest percentage gainer was ENRJ. ENRJ actually, this thing moved pre-market, as you can see here. It gave all the way back. And then at the open, it had this nice little rip, And, if you would have got this, this is where trend line is amazing, where, you just ride as long as the trend, you're in. And then you sell in sort of reversal. All right, remember, these are one of the two types of momentum plays where I talked about, where you get the two gaps up, so you get a gap up, right? You get the pullback, right? That bull flag pullback, gap up, second gap up, pullback, and then one last push in a reversal. That's the most typical momentum play. And this is the other momentum play that you can only see, where you get the push up and then the reversal. There's no like pullback. It's just rip and reversal. And that video that I talked about, this was another type of play that the guy loves to make all his money in, where he looks through these little parabolic moves and then he just waits for the reversal and shorts into the reversal. That's what I like to do too. I mean, it's just easy money because once it breaks the trend, I mean, it just rides down. When a stock gaps up like this really fast, you're going to get a pullback and a wash, especially dog shit companies like this. People don't really understand the kind of money you can make trading penny stocks. People just think oh, the company has no fundamentals, so it's not worth trading. People don't get it. Like, momentum trading is all about patterns. It has zero to do with fundamentals. I can give a shit if the market is up 1,000 or down 1,000. It makes no difference to me. All I trade are patterns. And I've made trades where the Dow's literally down 300 points, and I seen a penny stock go from like $1 to $10. I've literally seen that. It doesn't matter. The things that are in the small cap land are not impacted by the market, by the general market. All right. So anyway, I guess I got sidetracked. So let me put my watch list here. Let's go create watch list. Let's put tomorrow's date, 4/11/2017. Hit save. And all right, so ENRJ is not going to be on the watch list. All right, it had its move. I don't think Sometimes you get multiple dates, but I don't think it will. EMMBF, look at this. Wow, this thing is dog shit. All right, guys. Any stock with 5 letters in it is a pump. This is a pump. This is gonna be a tremendous short. All right. I'm gonna put it on the watch list because it's moving. And you can check to see where it is on the. If now that you know my swing trade strategy, you can see maybe the pump continues. You can look at the yearly chart to see what's this done. All right, and it's had its second green day. You can have another one. We'll see. But this is a pump that's going to collapse and collapse hard. It's going to be great shorting opportunity. But we'll see. All right, let's keep moving on. All right, PFF, FPP. Sorry, nah. It had its nice move at the open. This thing had a nice move. On the 5 minute, you see on the 1 minute, it has this nice gap up, consolidates here, flat top breakout, kind of pulls back to the 9 EMA, and then it reverses. Stock like this again, obviously you're seeing it move at the open, so you're going to see it like trend line here, and then you just right click and do extend the right, and you just ride it up, and then if you're real greedy, you'll say, okay, well, I'll hold until it breaks the 9 EMA, And you could have, and then, got here, but then you see the reverse of the MACD rolling over, the TTM stepping down, and, you could have sold there. So it's really up to you if you see this open. That's why, the best time to trade is right at the market open, because that's when all the activity happens. Now, is this going to be on my watch list? That's the question, right? No, it's not. Let's keep moving. It's kind of giving back its gaze. CYTX just kind of was sideways all day, and then it just collapsed. Look at this. After hours, this thing collapsed. So if anybody was holding this, damn, they're crying right now. GLF, nope. Why is this? Is 2 days, 1 minute? Yeah. Nope. AXON, this is a stock that I've traded before. Had a great move pre-market. Wow, all the way up to 1985, and then it kind of reversed. That's why I love shorting, guys. I don't think you understand. Like, stocks like this, they're so easy to short because you just watch the move. I mean, it had a great move. And then once it finds its thing, you always get that little wick once it hits the higher day. And Thinkorswim's awesome because it'll tell you at that point what was the higher day. It'll pop up. And then you know the reversal. That's almost like giving you leadway to tell you like a reversal's happening. And then you could have just shorted into this reversal. And look at this. This thing just washed. Just washed all day. Look at this. Short. I'm telling you, man, shorting is awesome. This thing was $14. Now it's 19. It could continue upward. There's no reason why it won't continue upward. You know what? I have a feeling this is probably gonna go back up. I'm gonna put it on the watch list just so you guys can see. Let's keep moving. EVRI, nice. This stock held its highs. Nice rip up, and it just rolled. Look at this on the 5-minute chart. Just rolled the 13 EMA, and it bounced off VWAP at this time at about noon, but it just kept going. Nice, easy trade. And you see how it's a lot cleaner on the 5-minute than the 1-minute. 1 minute is so choppy, you're not sure what to get in at. I mean, the best thing to do on a 1 minute, if you see a chop stock like this, say, hey, I'm using VWAP as my entry. If it breaks above VWAP, I'm in, and I'll just ride it as long as it stays above VWAP. That's the way you can look at it on the 1 minute. On the 5-minute, same premise. Once 5-minute, I'm looking at this and I'm just putting a trend line here and I'm just riding this up, and then I'll decide, do I want to stay in here? Or, say, hey, you know what, as long as it stays above VWAP, I'll stay in. Once it breaks below VWAP, I'm out. That's the way you can kind of take a trade like this. Well, I'm going to put on the watch list because it's still, it's held this high. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It's probably going to be a good short tomorrow. GERN, had this nice move pre-market and, just kind of went sideways all day. So at 205, I'm not going to put on the watch list. ATTBF, nope. ACBFF, there's another dog shit, a pump. Look at this. It's just being pumped. I put these on the watch list because they're gonna be tremendous short opportunities. And if you can find shares to short, just watch it for that reversal. ARZL had a nice move at the open. On the 5-minute, so much cleaner. So here though, you have this little bull flag here. Gap up, bull flag, gap up, reversal. Even though it's like really it's not like the typical clean bull flag, but this is theoretically a bull flag. Gaps up, pulls back. Then you have the second move, gaps up, pull back. Then you get the last push, and then you get the reversal. So it's it's real choppy looking, but this is a typical momentum play. All right. On the 5-minute, there was no pullback. All right. 5-minute, it just rips and then it just kind of reverses. So it goes all the way up and then it reverses. And then see, if I was watching this as a short seller, I would have just waited for my opportunity on the reversal. When I saw the MACD curling, I would have put in my short, and I just would have shorted this back down. All you do is wait to short, and it's so much less stress. I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna turn you on to short selling. Let's watch. Okay, so no, HOS I think was on my watch list. This thing is nice move all day. Look, right above the 13 EMA on the 5-minute. Here, see, this is the thing about stock like this. It's so choppy that you're not sure how to, where to get in. So I'm not looking at the 1 minute to trade this. I'm looking at the 5-minute to get in. And then once it broke above the VWAP and the 13 EMA, I might have made an entry. And then you see, this is sort of like a bull flag. It reds up and then sort of like pulls back, but it's choppy. You're not really sure how to trade this. It is holding its high, so I'll put it on the watch list. Check to see on the on the swing trade strategy, see if it's worth a swing. EVRI. Oh yeah, I already checked that. Sorry, I went through all these already. OGRMF. Look at it. All these are pumps. This is 187. This is another pump. This is dog shit. All right, guys. This is garbage. These are all pumps that are gonna crash. All right. If you look at 1 year, look at this. This thing's just being pumped. Watch. But tomorrow, this is probably gonna crash, and then it's gonna present a nice dip buy opportunity. So if you see it crashing tomorrow, just remember, Wait till it finds the support level, and then just buy that dip, and you can make a couple pennies. That's why I'm putting them on the watch list. These stocks are shit. They're like, they're garbage. HPJ. Oh, oops, let me put that on 2 day 1 minute. HPJ is another stock that was at $4 at 5.35 now. It's slowly grinding. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of volume, but it's moving. You can put it on watch list. I'm not gonna put it on mine. BRKK. Nope, too choppy. BMPX. Yeah, this is a stock that was on my watch list. It's up 50 cents. Now it's at 76 cents. It keeps moving. Check to see where it is on the yearly. Now remember, you wouldn't trade this on a 1 minute. Look at this. What the hell? Nobody knows what the hell this is gonna do. But this stock on maybe a potential swing. So take a look at it and see. I'm just gonna put it on here just so that you can look at it for a potential swing. If it makes sense. BLCM, beautiful move. Just rolled the 13 EMA all day on the 5 minute. On the 1 minute, if you look at this, it's choppy. You don't know what it's gonna do. So you gotta look at a 5 minute or 15 minute with a play like this. I mean, it sold about 1 million shares. It's choppy. I'll put it on the watch list because maybe it may be worth a swing. I don't know. I'm just gonna put it on there for you guys to take a look at. I don't love it though, but I'll leave it on there for you. LCI, look at this. This was a beautiful move. I mean, this thing was this is one of the stocks that I had on my swing trade list, and this thing ripped, man. This is nice. Definitely. Excuse me. Keep watching this. See what it's gonna do. Yeah, look at this. Nice move all day. I mean, on the 5 minute, it's much cleaner. On the 1 minute, it's too choppy. But on the 5 minute, beautiful. Nice. Look at that rip up, and then the quick first pullback, gap up, pullback, last push, reversal. See? Guys, I don't make this up, man. I mean, over and over. How many videos have I made? Watch my videos over the last couple of months. I say the same shit again and again and again. That's what a momentum play is. You get the gap up, the bull flag, pull back, gap up, pull back, last push, reversal. Doesn't mean that it won't continue upward, and it did, but you're gonna get a wash. Sometimes you get a wash all day, sometimes you get a minimal wash and then a continuation upward. And look, it just basically bounced off VWAP. It went below it for a second, but it's kind of reversed right when it touched VWAP and went back above. So, and then it kind of washed again, and it's right about VWAP. So we'll see where it's at tomorrow. LQFT, nope. NAK, dog shit, but it moves sometimes. We're not putting on the watch list though. FCEL, nope. NAKD, nope. BA, wow, this had a nice move. Look at that. So it just rips up. Look at it. So market opens. It kind of started pre-market. Gap up, pull back. Gap up, pull back. Gap up, reversal. Guys, well, I mean, come on. On the 1 minute, it's not clean. Sometimes you're not going to see it cleanly, but on the 5 minute, it's pretty clean, right? Gap up, pull back. Gap up, pull back. Last push, reversal. Doesn't mean that it's not going to continue to go up, but you're going to get a wash. And that's why shorting is great, because you can just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to watch this. Maybe you're not comfortable going long. You're going to say, hey, I'm waiting for that reversal. And once you see, look how clean it is right here. Once you see gap up, pull back, gap up, pull back, gap up, reversal. And you get the wash. And look at this. It was 31.70. You could have got, look at this. It went all the way down to 30.20 before it came out. And then it can continue to wash all day. I'm telling you guys, shorting is the move. You guys are not hearing me though. Alright, so is that gonna be on my watch list? It came back, but let's see where it has been over the last 5. Hell yeah, this is gonna stay on the watch list. This thing is definitely volatile. BZUN, it's another stock holding ties. Had a nice move today. Gap up, back, gap up, pull back, gap up. It had another third pullback, and then it had a third push, and then a wash. Usually you get 2, and then the push, and then the reversal, and the wash. But you got 3 in this case, and then the reverse. That's why trend lines are good, because if I saw something like this, I'm going like this, I'm seeing it going like that, and I'm letting it go, and then I do extend the right, and I just watch it here. And I probably get out like right here, right when it broke the trend. I'm not greedy. I mean, if I got in somewhere in here in the 15.95 range, and it breaks the trend at 16.58, I'm good, I made profit there. So, don't be greedy with that too, with that said. Now, is it going to be on my watch list? Hell yeah, BZUM. That's up after hours and everything. Why is this? Okay, yeah, there we go. All right, so next up, CYCC. Yeah, CYCC, this thing went ham at the open. This thing ripped. Look at this. Nice move at the open. If we look at it, look at this. In 5 minutes, this thing went from $5.89 to $7. Now, this is one of those plays that I talk about where you don't get the gap up, pull back, gap up, pull back, gap up reversal. You get just one straight rip and then the wash. And that's what we got here. All right? You got the rip up and the wash. And you're looking at the 1 minute chart for this. It's so volatile, it's moving so fast that you're not looking at the 5 minute. You're just focused on the 1 minute because this move happened so like look at all the volume. Look at the MACD. I mean, you have to have caught this right at the open, you know, to see it move the way it was, you know. You would have to have been watching this. Now the question is it going to be in my watch list? I mean, it looked like it had its move. Let's see where it was over the last 5 days. You know, it was at 1090, and now it seems to be going downward. You know what? Let's see. Maybe it has another move at the open. I'll put it on the watch list just to see. All right. Let's see. Next up, LIXFF, XXF. No, CRC. CRC. Yeah, had a nice move today. 1.4 million shares traded, and look, just rolled a 13 EMA. You know, that's you know, here, you know, on the 1 minute, you know, it's kind of hard to get a sense of the entry. You know, I would be looking at the 5 minute. Once it broke above VWAP and the 13 EMA, that would have been my entry to get in. You know, and you know, just kind of rolled this all day. I'll put it on the watch list just because, you know, it's holding its highs and it's still moving, but we'll see. ARAY, nope. GNC. GNC is a stock that kind of swings up and down. I'll put it on the watch list. There's GNC. I think it's going bankrupt. GNC, all these companies are not going to be around. Amazon is just destroying all of them, man. You know, it's no, you know, it's no, you know, it's just hard for them to stay in business with Amazon around. LBIX, nope. BLDP, it's holding its highs. I mean, it was 217. This might be a good swing. You may want to look at it. I'm not gonna put it on the watch list though. NAT is a stock that, yeah, you know, moved really nicely today. 2 million shares traded, it's holding its highs. We'll put it on the watch list. All right, and again, the reason why I'm putting these on my watch list is because when stocks hold their highs, the expectation is that they're going to be volatile the next day. All right, so let me keep moving. NAT, where was I? I got lost here. Oh yeah, GCI, nope. Fred. Yeah, it moved. I mean, and it's consolidated, which means it's gonna do something tomorrow. It's gonna swing one way or the other. This was at $12 5 days ago. No, I'll put it on the watch list. You can take a look at it, see what it's gonna do. 1.3 million shares traded, not so bad. APHQF, look at all the Qs. They're all running together. They're all being pumped together. These are all, I think these are all like shitty wheat stocks, so I'm not sure. But I'll put it on the watch list because you know what? They're moving in unison. They're all terrible, and they're all gonna present opportunity for trades. DRNA, it is holding its highs at 3 or 4, but not valuable. AKTX, yeah, this is another stock that was on my swing trade list, and this thing was $9 and it's at $22. It's crazy. Yeah, this is absolutely gonna be on the watch list. When this thing collapses, the short is gonna be sick. Those are the types of shorts that you hold for 3 days and you come out like with a $50,000 win. All right, let's keep moving on. And INSY, you know, had a nice rip at the market, opened really nice, pulled back, kind of found its way, broke below the 13 EMA for a second, but you know, it's kind of wishy-washy, not sure what it's going to do, but it is holding its highs. 5 days ago it was $9. I'll put it on the watch list, take a look where it's at in terms of our swing trade strategy. Maybe it's worth a swing, I'm not sure. I'm not going to look at it now. CMRE is another stock that, yeah, look at this, nice holding its highs, but it doesn't look like it has a lot of volume. Look at it, maybe it's worth a swing trade. You know what, I'll put it on the watch list. All right, CPST, nope. CBIO, nope. AVP, Avon look like it's moving and coming back down. I'm not gonna put it on the watch list though. FRIC looks like it's moving upward, it's trending upward for the last 5 days. You know, it's $14. It's at 1588. 1.5 million shares traded. You can put on the watch list. I'm not gonna put it on mine, but you can put on yours. GALT. Yeah, this thing ripped and then it collapsed. And you know, had this big wash at the end. You know, so look at that, big wash. I'm not gonna put on the watch list. MCIG. Nope. BBG closed. You know, looked like it was ripping into the close. It may have a continuation upward. Take a look at it. I'm not gonna put it on the watch list though. OPGN, nope. NMIH, CPG. CPG looks like it's it's running too. This was 10:49 to 11:25. I'll put it on the watch list. So that's our watch list for today, for tomorrow, guys. There's probably more places you could find. I mean, the market is pretty crazy. Got a good watch list, good array of stocks here, good price, low cheap stocks here too. Remember these there's 5-letter stocks. They're dog shit pumps, but they're gonna be great shorting opportunities, and they'll probably continue on for tomorrow. So be careful if you trade. Definitely have your trend line, and definitely have a stop loss if you decide to buy, so that you can get your shares sold. All right, folks. So hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the group, Bullish Bears. All right, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.